Yeah! Testing. We're here with another MacBook that needs to be fixed. Let's get started. What do we have here? Let's take a look. So here we have a MacBook, a 1708, liquid damaged, no power. Thank you, by the way, for admitting that you spilled liquid damage on your MacBook rather than lying about all the other customers that come through the door here. We highly appreciate your honesty and will reward it by putting you in the front of the line for this repair. Now, just remove the identifying information on here and get to work on this beautiful MacBook. What a pretty little MacBook. Happy little MacBook. All right, let's open this up. First thing we need to do over here, shove this stick in there. Could SB open the video live chat? I don't know who SB is. Do you mean Spirit Breaker from Dota? I will open it, because Vimeo is dumb and requires that I turn on the live chat manually every effing time. I have to ask them about that. I gotta ask them about that, since I do pay for Vimeo. Vimeo does cost some money. I don't know who SB is. Do you mean Spirit Breaker? Okay, there we go. Chat is on in Vimeo. I need to ask Vimeo how to have live chat turned on automatically for every event. What do you do for fun? I fix MacBooks and I record them and put them on videos on the internet. I was actually going to go get myself some new shoes, but I can't. It's raining disgustingly, so I'm waiting for the rain to end, at which point the store that I was going to purchase them from will be closed. Story of my life. I also work on my Bafang. We have to put some spacers on it today. I put the new axle on so that I could fit this new seat on it, and now that I got the new axle on, the cassette is moving around like crazy, even if when the lock ring's all the way tightened, so I'm likely going to have to yawn. Oh yeah, I got some spacers. Some 1, 2, 3 millimeter spacers from the bike shop that I'm going to try on there. Anyway, so as you all know, the first thing that we're going to do on this MacBook that needs to be fixed is unplug the battery, because the battery is going to mess up my readings. I like to plug in my charger and see how much power the charger is using. But how much power the board is using. But how am I supposed to know how much power the board is using when the battery's plugged in? Because the battery's got to be taking power too. This is a better quality than Eli's blob today. That's not saying much. Okay, so now we're going to plug this in and see what it is we get. It seems like this is taking 20 volts at 600 milliamps, aka probably already works. Let's see if it boots. Let's unplug you, because you probably think that you were closed. Plug you back in. Paul Daniels is here. How's it going, Paul Daniels? I think the problem that we must have with this MacBook is no light on the screen. Let's see if that's the case. Because I do see fan spinning, but I see no light on the screen. Multimeter camera. Multimeter software is open. What is voltage on here? Okay. And backlight is present, 43 volts. And I can actually see something on the screen. So this actually already works. Boring as hell. Not much for me to do here, except for put notes saying it already works and ask somebody else to give it a look over. Wow, I definitely picked the wrong one. Boring. Much boring. Alright, it's also getting warm in here, so I'm going to turn on the air conditioner. It's probably going to make the microphone sound like shit, but that's fine, because I value my comfort over your audio quality. That's right. I could care less about any of you. Any of you! You're all worthless to me. Replaceable. But unfortunately, I can't find the remote to the AC. That's karma for saying such a mean thing about my YouTube viewers. Obed Rivera donated $10. Thank you very much for the $10. I highly appreciate that, even if I don't appreciate you as a human being. I appreciate your money. I appreciate your money. No, I'm kidding. Thank you very much. Okay, next machine. That was boring. Let's check out another MacBook. This is, you should be ashamed you won't inspire anyone with words like that. Ashamed! Yes, I hate you all. Alright, so here we're going to get started working on yet another liquid damaged MacBook. Here we have an A1706 MacBook that's not turning on. We're going to open up this MacBook and see if it can be fixed. By the way, once this repair is done and we mail it back to the customer, we're going to be invoicing them without using PayPal because fuck PayPal. If you'd like information on why I say fuck PayPal, feel free to check the links in the description down below. We're going to open up this MacBook and see what's wrong with it. So here we have the MacBook. MacBook. I haven't decided yet, Zero. Amazon is going to give money to New York Times and BuzzFeed. Oh dear God. Yeah, I am trying to get rid of my Amazon affiliate links one by one. Slowly trying to sell more stuff from my own website. Here we have a view inside of this beautiful little MacBook. Look at how pretty it is. Isn't it a beautiful little MacBook? Good little MacBook. Happy little MacBook. The first thing we do is we unplug its battery. Now we're going to see how much power the board is taking by itself since we've unplugged the battery. So the charging of the battery is not going to be a part of a factor here. As can be seen on the USB-C amp meter, in high quality thanks to this new Sony lens and lighting setup, 5 volts, not 20 volts, and we're taking 300 milliamps. So why is it that we're stuck at 5 volts rather than 20 volts? We have these two chips here, the CD3215s, that are going to speak to the charger and request more voltage from them. It's going to request the 20 volts. However, in order to do that, they need to be getting powered, and power is going to come from PP3V3_G3hot, which needs to be present in this MacBook. And it appears on PP3V3_G3hot, we have 2.6 volts. Alright, that's not 3.3, but it's up there. So let's take the board out of the case and try and see what the other CD3215s look like. So my guess is going to be that one of the other USB-C mux chips is going to look bad. So if you are unsure of what I mean when I say USB-C mux chip, I can show you on the schematic in the board view. It's going to be on the screen momentarily. As you can see over here, this here is a CD3215. This chip, MacBook. Now, this chip has a line with the charger itself. So check this out. See this chip? See that little line I just clicked on? USB-C, XB, CC1, CC2, this little bi-directional data line? That's what bi stands for over here. It doesn't mean they're into both dudes and chicks. It means that it's a data line that goes both ways. This is going to speak to the charger. Remember this here, you see on the board, J3300? That is where the charge port plugs in. So the charge port ribbon cable plugs in over here. And there's going to be communication back and forth between the CD3215 and it. And that is going to happen right over here. These chips need to be turning on and working. So the first thing that they need is to get input voltage. So voltage in, PP3V3_G3hot. Voltage in, PP3V3_G3hot. The second thing they need to be doing is not be corroded. Now here's the beauty of Apple engineering. This is the beauty of think different. If any one of these ports is not working properly, if any one of those controllers is not working properly, all ports will be disabled. So you have a machine that has 4 USB-C charge ports, and if one controller for one port has any issue, all 3 other ports will not be able to be utilized to charge the MacBook. Think different. Engineer different. Not better. Different. Very nice video on PayPal. Very informative. Thank you very much, John Seal. So now we're going to take this MacBook apart and see if we can make it work better. Not different, but better. Happier. A happier little MacBook. Hi says he doesn't need a screwdriver to unplug his battery. That's because Hi has a Lenovo. He has a ThinkPad P50. The ThinkPad P50 man, actually. He has a ThinkPad W541. Yeah, Hi has a W541. I read you emailed Amtech regarding their flux. Is there an issue? Says Zero. Huh. I don't notice much of a difference, but I think that's because I drown my board in it. I always drown my boards before I work on them. Richard Dower says $10 to pet BlackBerry just once. Nobody pets BlackBerry! Nobody! I will take this soldering iron and shove it right through your eye if you try to pet my cat! Nobody pets little BlackBerry. She is my angel. She is not a whore to be petted. Not your whore. Not your cat. Was that Motique that you contacted about Amscope? Dave from EV Blog got a cheaper binocular Amscope from Motique Group. I don't know if the name of the company is Motique. I'll have to look it up. Some Chinese dude on Skype. I was wondering what to do with my remaining PayPal balance so they can delete my account. Then I thought of you. That is the kindest thing I've ever seen. And the second thing is, thank you for reminding me that I actually never deleted PayPal from Streamlabs. Fuck, I knew I was forgetting something. Yeah, so I gotta get rid of PayPal and Streamlabs too. Fuck giving them any money. I'm gonna make that credit card only shortly. And Nell is asking for a death sentence here in chat. What happens if someone pays you with a PayPal card? Their penis shrivels up and then falls off. That's what happens. You want to see Paul S.'s Easy Retina No Audio? What do you mean, Easy Retina No Audio? Paul never gets an easy job. You want to... Yeah, Paul never gets an easy job, but thank you, by the way. I don't have any drop frames on my end, so that's actually not Time Warner if you're getting slowness. I wonder how many people ripped this little cable over here. Probably lots. Oh yeah, he didn't want to do a video on that one. I have to run some HDMI cables to the office so that I can do videos while he's not watching. When he doesn't know he's being watched. Yeah. A small number. A small number. 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 Oh no. Oh, what did you do, dum-dum? If you're going to give your computer a drink, you don't give it food right after. It's gonna throw up. Oh, God. You eat before you drink, not the other way around. Can somebody ban the lethal one in chat, please? if we have any mods in the chat. It would be highly appreciated. Small number, small number, small number, small number, small number, small number. Okay, is everything out of this yet? Do we have more shit that we need to... Oh, dear God. More stuff to unscrew, unplug, unscrew, unplug, unscrew, unpull, unplug, unscrew. Effing touch bars. Lethal one is a mod. Fuck. Lame. Alright. I will have to ban him in real life then. Paul Daniel said these machines drive him insane. Yeah. I don't know how you do this, Paul, but I always try to pry this up a little bit so that I can have the charge port screwed into the machine, because unlike the old ones where the charge ports, it goes into the slot and it just stays there, these charge ports, when I try to plug this in without the screw being in there, they come off instantly. So I like to keep the charge port screwed in the machine when I take it out. It makes testing a lot easier. It takes a little bit longer to take it out, but it's worth it. I have 0 drop frames, by the way. Kind of happy with Time Warner today. Never thought I'd say that before. Time warn you. Warner. Time Warner. Warn her. I did, Greg, but Hi put it together so the wires are kind of bumping into the fans, so I still haven't closed it up yet. But when the wires bump into the fans, or the tube bumps into the fans, I just kick the wires. At some point, I'm going to have time to look into it and fix it properly. But some point. Alright, so let's take a look over this board. So this charge port has corrosion on it. See that? That's not going to be the cause of my issue, most likely. But I would imagine that there's corrosion on the CD3215 under it. And look at that. Imagine that. Now, one of the known places that water likes to congregate in this little MacBook is right around this capacitor. And sometimes it shorts out. This one does not short out. Also, these CD3215s are underfilled. So I don't really understand how the liquid would have much to do with it. This is a pristine CD3215. Hey, Paul Daniels, do you hate how these little rubber pieces like to fall off of the charger every time you move them around? The charge port? These little rubber things, they're always moving around and trying to escape. This CD3215 is good. This CD3215 looks good. So the issue we have is going to be somewhere around here. Now I know you're not supposed to reflow underfilled chips. And this is probably going to make Jessa really, really mad. And I'm not going to reflow at a temperature that's going to melt solder. What I'm primarily looking to accomplish is I want the nasty blue-green residue around there to kind of go away. I'm going to lower the temperature here. Yeah, I'm not necessarily interested in melting solder. I'm really just interested in cleaning. You cannot reflow a chip that's filled with underfill. All I want to do is clean up some of the corrosion in that area and keep that little piece of Hall sensor corrosion there so that anybody in the chat with OCD can scream and rage. So we're working here at a temperature of like 230 Celsius, as opposed to my usual 400 to 500 that I solder at. This cap down there is barely hanging on. I'm not really sure what that's for, but that doesn't look any good. Let's see if you're a cap that's needed. What are you for? Are you for something important, valuable, or junk? You're a cap on a power line PP1V8 UPC Taloda. Taldua. You're PP1V8 UPC Taldua. Alright, so what are you doing there? What's your purpose? You know what? I don't trust you, little cat. You get to go. Oh, well, you're definitely worthy of visiting Paul Jones. What? Don't play yourself. Don't cut yourself short like that. And sell yourself short like that. Goodbye. Alright, you just didn't see that because I accidentally cut it off, but I just scraped that cap out of there. I told that cap to get the fuck out of my store. And now the cap is out of my store. And there's a bug that just flew in my face, and he's about to get killed with a screen cleaner. Actually, that's a mosquito. And I just killed you with screen cleaner. That's karma, bitch. You wanted to bite me? Oh, you wanted to bite me? Is that what you wanted to do? Is that what you wanted to do, you little fuckface? Were you about to bite me? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, bitch. What? 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 Get the fuck out of here. You just buzzed in my ear and then just... What the fuck? The fucking nerve of you, you little cunt. What is this, by the way? Does anybody know what this thing is? Do we have any... What's the word? It starts with an E, I think. Somebody who studies bugs. Does anybody know what this is? What type of bug is this little thing that I have here? Is that a mosquito? It's the thing that Bill Grissom in CSI was. Are you guys sure it's a mosquito? This isn't... Entom. Okay, but can you guys confirm that this is a mosquito and not one of the happy good bugs? I mean, it still deserved to get fucked up a little bit because it landed on me and buzzed by my ear. But... we have a bunch of votes saying it's a mosquito. So the thing is, as much of a vegan as I am, when you try to suck my blood, you lose all sympathy. And I am sick and tired of getting killed. I mean, not killed. I'm sick and tired of having my blood sucked by these bastards. Die, bastard. Die. Veganism comes second. Second Amendment rights come first. Rip, little mosquito. If you try to suck my blood, fuck you. Okay, that's alcohol, so we just disinfected the desk and disinfected the MacBook while we're moving the mosquito. Fucking cunt. Alright. Back to work. Now we got a resistor down here that looks like it needs some work. See these two resistors down here? I wonder if they're conducting anymore. To be clear, I am a good vegetarian, somewhat decent vegan when I'm actually being a vegan, but when it comes to something that's gonna suck my blood, that is where I draw the line. You got to go. Sorry, bro. So many times I just said, okay, little mosquito, I'm a vegan. Can you please kindly go out the door? And he says, fuck you, and he bites me. No, I'm not falling for that shit again. Nope. Nope. Okay, so let's see if these hot tweezers will melt solder. barely wants to melt solder, but... Alright, so I give up on that resistor. We're gonna have to replace you. Let's dig some of this underfilled shit out of here. So I can actually see the damn resistor. It looks like the board is trolling me because it's mad at what I did to the little what's his name? Mosquito. There. Yeah, that's actually for DisplayPort aux channel, which is really not necessary right now since it's not turning on. Using the hot air at a really low temperature here. Okay, so that pad is done for. So if we put a new resistor there, I am going to have to put a wire down first. And what's really sad is that even after all that shit is done, it's still not going to fix my no charging issue. I may have to remove the chip to get to what's left over here. Let's see, can I dig with the knife? That is a really tough position to be in, to try to solder a wire to that nub. You know what, I actually got... Let me change chairs for a moment. This chair's messing with me. Yeah, before I do anything else, I'm going to change chairs. You actually cannot move a chair into my section where I'm sitting because there's no space. I'm probably going to knock something down by doing this. What a store is such a fucking joke, I swear to God. Okay, come on. Yeah, you can't actually fit the chair in between the space that I walk to get to my desk. I'm 30 years old, and the space that I work out of is so small, I can't even move a fucking chair between it. But I'm not salty. Okay. Let's see. This is the new chair. Different chair. This has the shitty wheels, but that's fine. My chair got stolen. I don't need wheels anyway, since there's no place to move. So my section of the store is a section that actually is, the floor is not flat, so when I use the really good chair, it actually fucks with me a little bit because I can't, it tosses me off the chair in an uncomfortable way because the chair that's, the cheap one is fine with an uneven space, whereas the chair that's the really good one, it messes with you if you're in a floor that's not even. Okay, so I need to be a little bit more comfortable for this thing I'm about to do because it's going to try my patience. Okay. Move my desk back into place. We need answers, says somebody. I have no idea what you're asking. What do you need answers to? I should be using the micro pencil for this, but I should unplug this and put in the micro pencil. If I when I turn around, the armrest actually smashes into the desk. I hate this store sometimes. I am growing more and more aggravated with this place every day. I shouldn't be, but it's just like there's something to being in this little claustrophobic shithole long enough that I think I've long since passed the point of going insane over it. Did you ever get the salt shooting bug gun I sent? Yes, thank you very much, JP. I didn't know that was you. Thank you, I really appreciate that. We've been playing with it. The only problem with all those shooting guns, because I had one a few months ago, is that after about 5 uses, they get clogged up. Okay, so I have to spend money on the that's the thing. Walk-in customers make up a lot of business. I can't just toss all the walk-in customers in the trash, you know? But the problem is you can't get a dignified space to work out of in New York City without being a millionaire. And by the time I'm a multi-millionaire, I most likely would not be fixing MacBooks at 10 o'clock on a Tuesday. So, it's a catch-22, really. Catch-22. Okay, now I have to stick a wire in there. I'm going to pretend that this wire is my spit, and that pad is one of Eric Schneiderman's girlfriends. Except, of course, in this case, my spit would be Eric Schneiderman's spit. So we put this over here. First thing I have to do is tin the wire, I suppose. This is going to go out of focus like crazy. So I'm going to zoom out. Even though it's harder to see zoomed out, it's not going to go out of focus as much when it's zoomed out, so hopefully that makes up for it. You consider getting verified with Brave Browser. You can continue tips through it if you do so. I don't know what getting verified through Brave Browser means, but if you could educate me, I'd consider what it is. Thank you for bringing me up to speed on it if this is something good and not a scam. What is Brave Browser? I would Google it, but my head is in a microscope right now. And if I stop doing this, the second I stop doing this, what I'm doing right now, I'm going to wind up leaving because no man on earth wants to put up with this much frustration. So I can't stop what I'm doing right here, unfortunately. Okay, so one set of tweezers is going to hold the wire down, and the other set is going to pull the excess off. So now we have a place where I can solder that resistor to. Or do I? Did I just break the wire? Okay, no, I didn't. Okay, so we do a little bit of tinning of that wire, and we should be all good and set to go. There we go. Tinning of that pad. Now let's see what the schematic and board view says in terms of what the value of that is supposed to be. Now, according to the schematic and the board view, that's RB310, which is a 100 kilo-ohm resistor. Now, if you need a 100 kilo-ohm resistor and you're not quite sure exactly where you should go to get a 100 kilo-ohm resistor, might I suggest that you check out store.rossmangroup.com. At store.rossmangroup.com, you can find all different types of resistor books that have all different values of resistors. All sorts of stuff. It's beautiful. You do you. Yoink. Meh. There. So check it out. If HAKKO has done his job, you'll be able to find resistor and capacitor books right here. You can find a 0603 resistor and capacitor book. We're out of stock. Great job, inventory people. You can buy 0201 resistor books, 0201 capacitor books, 0402 resistor and capacitor books, or 0603 resistor and Great job, inventory people. Anyway, let's see. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get a resistor book for a 0201 resistor and see if that's there. The second thing I'm going to do is see if we actually have 0603 books that are simply not in the inventory. And if we do have them, but they're just not written in inventory, we're going to make HAKKO bite the curb, like that scene from American History X. Do we have 0603 inventory? Resistor and capacitor books? Let's see. We do. We have many of them, actually, and they're simply not in stock on the website. Because if at any given time, Lewis doesn't double-check the work that every single person does here, it doesn't fucking get done. Sigh. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to find a 0201 resistor book, get my 100 kilo-ohm resistor, add the 0603 books to the website, and then curb stomp HAKKO. Don't delay. Curb stomp today. Okay, I gotta stole the book from Paul's desk. And before we continue the stream, we can update my inventory. I know there's no more Flux Lethal. I have actually created a kindergarten-style book that everybody has to follow here now, and it lines out what you're supposed to do with your day for every 10 to 20 minutes of time. And then Steve has to come over to you every single 10 to 30 minutes. And every 10 to 30 minutes, he is going to make sure that you did what is on the list. We've gone full kindergarten here. Okay, so 1 second. I will continue the stream once I'm done counting all the books in that slot and adding them to my website. Brave automatically blocks ads without an extension. Interesting. Okay. 0603. Site says that we have... Wait a second. It says we have 10. Oh, manage stock button wasn't fucking clicked. Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? This little what? Use No, don't use config settings. Use these ones, mofo. Alright, let's see if it works now. Ay, suka belet. Pizdiets. Okay, search. We'll focus on the prices later. These seem to be a little not so competitive. But, yes, at least... Okay, now at least the site is not a total joke. Now we have to figure out who in chat is going to curb stomp hi-hi. I'll let you all of you can decide amongst yourselves. Somebody's going to be curb stomping hi-hi. Potentially Mikey, mostly hi-hi. Okay, so we're going to try and fit a 100 kilo ohm resistor over here. Let's find a 100 kilo ohm resistor and get it into that little slot. Alright. 10 kilo ohm resistor. I mean, 100 kilo ohm resistor. Yeah, I described a 10 kilo ohm. What the hell is wrong with me? Oh, somebody curb stomped Lewis. Lewis deserves a curb stomp from that one. Teresa says no curb stomping hi-hi. Fine, curb stomp Teresa then. Teresa has agreed to take your punishment, hi-hi. Did I move my wire? I did remove my wire. I'm back to square effing one. Yep. Let's see if I have the right soldering tip up here that I can use. Oh, bonus. The entire thing of... here we go. Do I have the soldering iron tip that I would need to do this? There does not seem to be any micro soldering tips up here. Great. Because there's one micro soldering iron tip that would make this a lot easier. But I don't appear to have that tip up here. So I'm going to have to continue trying to make do with this one. I think I have an idea here. I'm not going to cut this wire short. I'm going to keep this wire up there. And put my resistor in place. And did this wire seriously come off after I put the resistor there? Oh my god, I'm going to shoot something. is this seriously happening right now? Okay, first things first, let's start from scratch with all this brown liquid. Listen to my retarded LG phone beep like crazy. Rather than give me the notifications as they come in, every now and then it'll just start beeping incessantly. Like it hasn't been... I've lost a lot of respect for this little LG phone. Okay, so remember, we're at a really low temperature here, not to melt solder, just to clean flux away. Right, so now we have a better looking picture over here. Now, if I had the soldering iron tip I wanted, that would be easy, but it disappeared from the desk. It's not here. Yeah. I understand the restricting background data in apps. I just don't understand why it has to sound like it's having a seizure at some point. Where it doesn't play the notification noise even one after the other. You can hear the notification noise skipping halfway in. It's the most half-baked shit. Terrible. Awful. What's really sad is I'm doing all this work to actually not fix the charging issue. This is for DisplayPort. I'm still likely going to have a charging issue when this is done. And I got to get this wire, which I can't even grab because the tweezers are too large to, and solder it into where the resistor is. Okay, I think we got a good joint there. Something resembling it. Okay, that's broken off. Now we got to break off the other side of the wire without it ripping off of the board. There we go. Beautiful. Now, wouldn't it be cool if the charging circuit just decided to start working out of pity to me? Just because it watched me do all of this? It said, you know what, Lewis? I know you just fixed DisplayPort, but after putting you through all that pain and misery, I'm just going to wake up and decide to start talking to the charger. That would be something else, wouldn't it? Might as well. Okay, we're still stuck at 5 volts. So now the only thing that I could imagine, since PP3v3_G3 hot is present, is that something is wrong with that specific CD3215, or since the charge port was corroded, there may be corrosion hiding under here that I can't actually see. No corrosion hiding under there. Since I removed the corroded charge port, let's see what happens when I do this. We plug it in, and it looks like it is still hovering at at this low amperage usage. Alright, so I am going to swap out that CD3215 and go from there. Let's get another CD3215. And after this, I am going to go and fix my bike since I need the spacer to be on the cassette so that it stops moving back and forth. It's driving me nuts. I tightened the lock ring all the way, and my cassette is moving back and forth ever since I put a new axle on. Let's try. Alright. We're gonna remove that chip with the underfill and all that crap. Die, CD3215. Die. No Bafang stream. Setting that up takes a half an hour, and I just don't have the patience for that today, unfortunately. If you're willing to go work at GoPro and figure out why their software is trash and fix it, that would be very appreciated. Yeah, no patience for Bafang stream today. Also, I got this new phone mount that doesn't break all the time, but it doesn't allow me to mount my phone in landscape. So if I did a stream from the cell phone, it would be stuck in portrait. What about having small storefronts and off-site large repair facility, like how dry cleaners work? But then I'm outsourcing. Outsourcing sucks. The whole point of this place is that you show up and the person who's the group of people who are actually going to work on your stuff or who you talk to, you're not dealing with that back and forth bullshit. And that kind of goes away. I've tried that. I had a facility in Brooklyn that was doing board repair while the store was handling everything besides board repair, and it sucked. Okay, that hall sensor can eat it. We don't need hall sensors anyway. This computer needs... The customer's complaint is that it doesn't turn on. If I give it back to them, they go, it doesn't turn off. It's like, gee. Apparently nothing will make you happy. Well, I probably won't be able to get away with that, but... Oh, man. Fun times. That doesn't really work. It's not the same experience when you're dealing with outsourcing. I don't want to make people deal with outsourcing. When you can give a customer an answer right there, or if something fucks up, let's say you're handing something back to a customer and it doesn't work, I'm sorry, we have to resend this back out to the facility that actually fixes your shit, is a really crappy answer. And I just knocked the filter off, didn't I? I did. Oh, jeez. This is why suck. Any mods to operation to make it work. That sentence is not English, my friend. Any mods to operation to make it work. Why suck? Why suck? Because swallow is too painful, and it doesn't taste good. That's why suck. Sucky sucky because swallow swallow is too difficult. I have no idea what the hell you're asking, Outseeker. I'm sorry. Okay, so... Let's get rid of the rest of this underfill. We're going to burn it out. Could you swap boards and move the data? Sure, if I wanted to charge them twice as much money and make no profit and not pay my rent and not pay my staff and starve to death, absolutely, that's a great thing to do. Yeah, let me just swap the boards. But I don't want to starve to death. I want to make money. I want to pay my rent. I want to pay my staff. So I'm going to fix the existing one. Okay. What are your thoughts on debating Destiny the other day? I did some podcast show with him. I didn't really see that as a debate. I just saw it as a back and forth conversation. Not really sure what you're referring to. He has some startups podcast, and they wanted to have me on. Why is beyond me. It's not like I'm Twitch or PayPal or Stripe or some company that's super exciting, but lead in the solder does not cause cancer, by the way. Working on Apple products causes cancer. This wick is actually pretty decent. This. Okay, we've bulldozed a lot of that shit. Now I'm going to do what I said for my New Year's resolution I never do again, and scrape with tweezers. Now I'm going to use a knife for it. Thanks for doing live streams and coding to your boarding. Thank you. I'm sending you one of those 5,000 watt bugs, 5,000 volt bug snap having tennis rackets. I don't know what I plugged that into. And the resistor that I've spent half of my life just putting there just popped off. Fuck that resistor. Okay, we're gonna try and remove some of this stuff from over here. Usually I say don't wick with a micro pencil, but keep in mind we're not really wicking pads. I'm just using wick as a tool to remove underfill. So the wick, when hot, is really good at destroying the underfill. Oh, Jesus. Alright, that filter just wasn't meant to be there. I'll steal it off a board from Paul's desk. He'll never notice. Someone says this looks like a MacBook to snap in half. Hi, you have no idea how much I want to snap this in half right now. Also, by the way, hi, notice how I've knocked this filter off like 2 or 3 times already, and I have not frozen, nor have I given a shit about people in chat that are about to call me an idiot. I just want you to make note of that. I did something stupid. There are people watching me do something stupid, and I don't care. Just something for you to notice. Because next time I put you in this chair again, I don't want you to be worrying, oh my god, I did something silly, they're gonna think bad of me. Fuck 'em. Yep, and now I just blew the filter away. But I don't give a shit. Let that filter go free. You know, this would have been much easier if I just knew I was removing that CD3215 all along and just removed it to replace this resistor. Any opinion on Metcal irons? Also more Blackberry. Always more Blackberry. I've never tried a Metcal. I tried one of their hot air stations. It was like $500. It was on the level of the HAKKO FR801. You know, nothing terrible, but at least by 2019 standards, nothing great. I haven't tried any other irons. I do need something to affiliate link to or sell that's not the HAKKO stuff. Because I've said that I want to sell all the stuff that I affiliate link to in my store. But I can't sell HAKKO stuff because I don't think I would get good pricing from them as a result of me telling the truth about their products when it came time to review the HAKKO FR810. So they're probably not going to give me any sort of wholesale pricing at all. And also, that HAKKO stuff is starting to get old. There's got to be stuff that's a better deal than that out there now. Now, those are some properly wicked pads. Damn straight. Now, there's one that's gone, but the one that's gone is... Oh, shit, that's actually for something important. That's fine. We just run a jumper, it'll be cool. We run a jumper, no big deal. Underfilled stuff is a pain in the ass. Sometimes you're going to lose some of your pads. It's just how it goes. It's just how it goes. This resistor is going on upside down. It's actually sideways, not upside down. Paul Wall would be proud of this resistor. You know what, I'm going to keep that resistor sitting sideways. Does anybody disapprove of the resistor that is sitting sideways? Okay, that's good. Hi, Blet. Blet, Blet, Blet. Now we're going to apply just a little bit of green UV conformal coating solder mask. It's going to keep that jumper from moving when we solder on a new CD3215. Available on store.rossmangroup.com, along with the conformal coating pen, along with the UV pen that seals it on. Don't delay. Check out store.rossmangroup.com today to get your UV pen as well as your UV conformal coating solder mask. You don't want to look at the monitor right now, folks, because it's not good to look at UV light. It always is. The description link is always expired. No matter how many times I say I'm going to change it, I always forget to. Because I don't know where YouTube keeps the default description thing for videos. I'm being dumb, but I always forget about it. Okay, so now this is good enough for me. Just a little tiny bit of flux. Small amount, small number, small number. New chip. Also, if you want a CD3215, that too is available at store.rossmangroup.com. Which, by the way, if you try to pay via PayPal, won't work. We don't accept PayPal at store.rossmangroup.com. And we never will. Again, for the rest of our natural lives. Fuck PayPal. Fuck Apple. 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 Looks like Restream is broken. I won't be able to read any of your chat because Restream is doing this silly bullshit. Why? I have no idea. My internet is working. Fuck Apple. Fuck PayPal. Fuck Restream. Fuck all of them. As hard as humanly possible. Yeah. Oh well. There's no more chat reading for this stream. So... see if we can heat this chip onto the board and make this MacBook work again. F GoPro as well. Thank you for reminding me. Did you just put the chip on with no new solder? I sure fucking did, bro. It didn't do the moving into place thing I would expect it to do. Rapid cool. That was a little bit too much heat. Rapid cool. Technology. Anyone else find the missing pad? We ran a jumper to it already. So fuck, my question is not getting answered. You cover the jumper with conformal coating, but it'll still work when you solder the chip on. No, I don't solder the I don't put the entire jumper in the conformal coating. I simply put the part where it's going to the trace. So the trace is going to lead to a pad, right? So where the trace is, where I scraped that, I put my conformal coating because I don't want that moving. The jumper itself, right at the tip where it's going to touch the ball of the chip, that itself I am going to leave exposed. Okay, that being said, I don't care about the sleep sensor, and I don't care about the little filter for DisplayPort. All I care about is, do I get 20 volts? Because if I don't, this thing's going to wind up going to Paul anyway. Hello, Paul. Actually, no, hello, Anel. Anel's the new guy, and he's been trolling my chat tonight. Yeah, you know what? Have fun with this one, Anel. 4 underfilled CD3215s. Go, go, go. God bless employees. This one is still stuck. Yeah, I think Anel is a fine candidate for this. Let's make sure our PP3v3 is present still. It didn't go away. 2.3. Eh. Meh. Yep. I'll replace the PP3v3 _G3 hot diode just for lulz. 2.3 volts on PP3V3 sounds a little small. And now is going to figure out what I screwed up. Get out of my way. Very often the input diode starts resisting and doesn't allow enough current to go through the input of the PP3V3_G3 hot circuit. But that's probably not the case here. So today's definitely not been my day, but tomorrow's going to be Anel's day. Anel is going to have quite a few interesting boards in his status. Return the desk to a like stock condition. Yeah, no changes here. Bleh. Rage quit.